What is up, everybody? We are back from our commercial break and on to the NFL segment for the week. We're going to start it off in the rough and tough AFC North here to begin with. Last week, the Browns hosted the Ravens, and for most people, they would, go Baltimore, big old defense, and Lamar be able to do a little of both in the game. But some of us like to keep a little brown.
Yeah, the Browns had a huge game. They got a big W on the Ravens, who just seemed to run out of gas at the very end. They almost had to come back, but yeah, huge win for the Browns, and that division is pretty open for even the Steelers, I might say. I mean, who knows?
It is wide open, honestly, but if we're being truly honest, I think the Bengals got this one.
Yeah.
They should. But they do have, every single one of these teams have tough matchups at the end, so it's going to be a dog.
Oh, yeah. Like we were saying, it's always divisional the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yep, that's
season.
damn sure, man.
Crucial games, and so this was a big one that shifted the series a lot.
Oh, hell yeah, man. It's one of those games where the Ravens normally come out of that, and they normally, beat up the Browns pretty bad, but Browns did what they had to do, and in the end, like you said, they held them off from the comeback, so...
The Browns are staying resilient.
Oh, yeah. No,
through all their injuries. Definitely. And now Lamar is not practicing either. So...
Yeah. Was that COVID-related, or was that something else?
I think it might be his ankle.
His ankle, okay. Yeah, because I wasn't totally sure on what that was. But, I mean, end of the day, man, Ravens are going to be a tough team, and going right through to the end, it's really, I think it's going to be between them and the Bengals. As much as I want to say the Browns are going to be there, they have way too much with COVID injuries right now and all sorts of different stuff.
I still think Baltimore is going to take the division, but it's going to be fun to watch because there's going to be crucial games, crucial plays, crucial missed calls or bad calls.
Yeah, that's where I feel like it's going to separate themselves. And, if we're talking about, what the Bengals have been basically for, ever since we've actually been alive, which is just terrible in any moment that requires you to be a little bit better than exceptional. Yeah, all those playoff moments, even just the boneheaded plays and stuff, Pac-Man and all those different players.
Yeah.
Some other guy who may not want to name because someone might get upset. Little Antonio Brown knockout session. But anyway, dude, I don't know. I feel like they just take themselves out of games with that. So hopefully now with the new players, they won't. We'll see going forward. Joe Burrow is a damn good quarterback, and he's been leading them to some great games. So
yeah, they have a very promising future. Probably the best in that division, I would say.
Oh, easily. Not even a question, dude. And not to spend too much time on it, really, but that one I jumped over to before, and last week, switched over to the Rams.
Yeah,
that was a nice solo. I'll say that.
Good switch up for you.
Hell yeah.
Stafford had an amazing night. He shredded them apart. 3 touchdowns, 287 yards.
Yeah, dude. Going 20 of 30.
That's
139 rating.
Mm-hmm.
You can move along now. If they lose that would have been insane, honestly. I can't believe that. But Cooper Kupp, dude, he did his work as well, going 13-1, 23 for a touchdown.
The century mark.
They really spread it around, too. And Odell seems to finally be getting a little more comfortable in there. He had 6 or 7.
A little bit of time getting the routine, getting rhythm, get some chemistry going.
Yeah,
if you expected him to go off first week with them, then, you're an idiot.
Yeah, dude, so many people wanted to put bets down.
He could have had
he's going to get a touchdown.
Yeah, maybe he could have had a bomb. We saw him get targets out there all in the end, but now, he's starting to fit in the system really well and learn how to get places.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, no, he's definitely finding his spots, in the offense, especially in the zones, because, I guess I'd say, Cooper Kupp just runs a little different than the rest of the receivers. Maybe that's why he's the best. Not everyone can do what he can do, but just in general for him to find spots that, they're not in exactly, because that's what you were seeing at first, was him just kind of getting a little, caught up in the traffic and stuff. It wasn't as much of him just not, being able to perform or being hurt still. And if it was, he was doing a good job at hiding it, I guess.
Yeah.
But
and the addition of OBJ helped so much too because I mean it was only really Cup doing everything, and then Sony's doing pretty good. They have other pretty good running backs also, but with the help of OBJ, it really can spread the field more and be less predictable of an offense.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of those teams going around too. Like, the Rams at some point get stagnant. Like the Browns, they were taking off for a while, then they get stagnant. I know this year is a little different, I'd say, because of Baker and all the injuries he's been dealing with. But besides that, man, it's like that's just a lot to put in an offense. It's like, oh, they're just gonna be like perfect all the time. Like that's like no offense really.
Yeah, you can't expect
So like when you're teetering on like that mark, I guess, of like being able to like go or not go on a day, and you got a big game. Like, I'm just happy the Rams came up here and evened this one out because Cardinals are starting to run away with this. Really, the conference, not even the division. It's kind of reeled it back in. Especially even the Packers are right there, but the Packers, I don't think they're going to lose another game. But I just can't. I don't know. The Cardinals, it's tough to me. I feel like the Packers could trump them towards the end here.
I think the Packers will.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, Arizona's going off right now, and they're in first, right?
Yeah, they're still in first. The Packers are in second.
Yeah, but I think Packers. I agree. I don't think they're going to lose another game of the season.
Yeah, I don't think they will, and they don't have all easy matchups either because they have the Ravens. I think they have the Browns as well, and then they have.
As long as Aaron Rodgers is out there, man, I got faith in Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. I think they have the
broken toe and all
or something. Yeah, no, for sure. Like they're gonna do it. I'm sure they will. But I mean, rolling over here to the other side though, man. Kyler Murray. What is this dude? Like I know they're rolling and stuff, but what was he doing, man, in that game, bro? Like the interceptions he threw are a little bit like wild, I would say, I guess.
Yeah.
And like he's been doing a lot. He's been trying to do a lot more running and stuff this year. I guess I'd say. Like I know he's done his whole career, but it seems like he's kind of found that balance, I guess, between running to basically get hurt and running and be like safe about it. So between their offense and like how they've been spreading around, they've been doing it well. But I don't know, man. That was just a rough game for him. Where you thought the Rams defense just wasn't going to be able to. Maybe take him down. Like
he was just doing a little too much, I think, and it's just. I mean, this is a guy that is a multi-athlete, multi-sport athlete, like a lot of guys. But I mean, he had offers from like baseball with the A's and stuff, and
oh yeah, for sure.
And there's other guys like that, but like guys like Russell Wilson, and
Tom Brady, like a bunch of dudes. What's his name? The other quarterback.
Right, but he's just so athletic and versatile, and he just knows what he can do with his body, and he's still young and developing and learning the NFL.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he's still grouping into his limits and stuff like that. And I think he maybe got a little out of hand last week.
Yeah.
Just a little too much.
Yeah, it's kind of like Justin Fields out here, like running around and like basically like Derek Jetering, like in the pocket, like throwing like way up in the air. It literally looks like he's jumping like 2 feet in the air, dude.
Yeah.
Pass. I'm like, damn, man. I don't know if you have to do that every play, but shoot, like I mean, they were getting pressure on him, but still, it's kind of funny. But I mean, like we were saying before about the Cardinals, back to that, or the big news with DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel going forward, man, about all that? It's tough for them, but they have wide receivers out there.
Yeah, so that's another reason why we say the Packers are going to finish first.
Yeah. You think this may be why they went and got Zach Ertz?
No. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's been hurt all year because that's why I'm like, I feel like they need at least another big body guy. And the AJ
I'm sure he'll get like a couple more reps. I don't think they got Ertz with the intention of like in case of an injury or like, especially
not like specifically to Hopkins, but like he was already hurt most of the season, so that's why like I feel like this lingering knee issue.
He's a big body, good dude. He can catch a ball. Like,
yeah, that's why I feel like he's like the only guy that can like on the team. I guess they have now that can kind of do more or less what he can. Not maybe not the outside, but in general. Like
yeah, we'll see how they use him. It'll be interesting to see because I mean they don't use him a ton right now.
No, they don't. But I kind of feel like that's to save him. I mean they're high up there, and all they have to do is get him used to stuff enough to be able to like keep him kind of under wraps and then slip him out near the playoffs, and they can get in a roll with him, dude. He's a still a really good
should.
player.
Yeah, I have been surprised how little he's been. Like it's like he played more in Philly this year when he was there.
Yeah, but like I said, they're rolling for the playoffs, man, already. So it's not like they need him. So it's like that Belichick thing, dude. He stashes backs, and towards the end of the year, like I said, I'd still expect one of these last weeks to see J.J. Taylor if he's not hurt. But I think I feel like he's done for the season anyway.
Yeah.
But they're gonna like they'll run Ramondre Stevenson one game a lot more than Harris, or like take Harris out specifically, bring some like practice squad dude in. Like, you've never heard of Jonas Gray.
Right.
You remember that game? Like a couple games really at the end of the year. So just stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some teams like to mess around, and I mean, honestly, usually it works out. They have some little spark from some guy, especially like those slot receivers, man. Have a lot of sparks out of slot receivers late in the season like that. That are just high IQ guys at that point. So, but not to get too caught up on it, but we'll roll on over. Was it lastly to we had that other game? I forgot now.
Dallas and Washington.
Yeah, Dallas and Washington, our last game here. Man, that was a tough one. I really thought Washington was going to come out with that, and just didn't. She didn't go.
Yeah, so now it's looking more like Dallas is going to take the division, but they still have another matchup later on in the year.
Just sucks. That's the one that mattered most.
Yeah, like this is the same scenarios we had with the Ravens we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Big divisional game.
Oh yeah.
Changed the standings up a lot. So it's a
Fans
tough
are-
game. Tough game.
Yeah.
Washington's defense, even without Chase Young, still doing pretty good.
Oh, for sure, dude. Yeah,
Doing really well actually.
they've been playing really well, and I mean Zeke even on the Cowboys side there, he
Disappointing all
just
season.
hasn't been doing a whole lot of anything,
Yeah.
man. And what really stinks is to see that they really weren't able to have old Pollard out there.
Yeah.
Because of injury.
I mean, he's been the best running back all season. He's been very consistent.
I really think he has, man. He's been making huge jumps, and honestly, like just when he came to the league, just at speed he has, and now you're seeing it with like how good he is just in general as an athlete, and like going forward, and like what he's learned so much more being in the system, dude. Especially behind Zeke. Zeke is a smart guy. Like, it's dumb and like I guess like rah-rah.
Puts Zeke on the goal line.
Yeah, right. Like put Zeke in the goal line, but for all that, like Zeke has probably taught Pollard a lot. Well, obviously along with the coaches, but. Like just like that style and everything, because man, he hits that edge and he goes, bro. He can run by a defense, and that's saying something.
Yeah.
That's some speed right there. But don't want to forget about Washington, though, man. They've done their work.
Yeah, they can
haven't
turn
been
it
too
around
bad.
for sure. Like it's everybody else, they got 4 more divisional games, 3 or 4 more divisional games. So
Yeah,
a lot can happen. It's going to come down to week 17 or even week 18. Like,
for
honestly.
sure. Isn't Heineke out?
Heineke is out.
Yeah,
now.
he is out.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be rough for them. We'll see how they fare with probably Kyle Allen at quarterback, I would say, and I don't know. It's either way with this team every year. Washington either plays like crap from the beginning, gets hot late, or they play hot and then get crap late. So
Yeah.
this year seems like the crap year at the end. So if Antonio Gibson can, honestly, him and Adam Humphries are going to be like the key guys going forward if they're going to do anything, and possibly even DeAndre Carter. That's somebody where I just don't even know. Like, honestly, I don't. It's gonna be tough. They have a lot.
Yeah,
not
but
going
Washington,
for them, right?
Kyle Allen is on COVID list too. So they picked up Garrett Gilbert off of New England's practice squad.
Oh, really?
So it'll be an interesting game to say the least. I don't know how long either of them are out for. I'm assuming one of them could at least come back next following week
Yeah.
if they test negative enough times.
Hopefully, man. I mean, I'm not really sure about it.
They're going to be quarterback lists for probably maybe 2 weeks, like for without Heineke. It's going to be a close call for next week.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah,
I
it'll be
think it's
tough.
a really close call for next week because that's going to be about 10 days.
Yeah, it really will be. That'll be a really tough one to call there. But I I don't know, dude. They're really not trending in the right direction this year.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes going forward, but they just don't.
Wild
Especially
card's
the
still
Cowboys
there,
coming
though.
up again. If they lose to the Cowboys, it's all settled. There's
Oh yeah.
nothing else to it. They have to win out.
You that wild card sitting pretty there. A lot of teams in the hunt for it.
Yeah.
But I
As a
agree.
franchise,
I
I just wouldn't. I wouldn't even want it at this point if I was their franchise right now.
Yeah, just tank.
Just take what you can at this point and get as low as possible.
I don't see them doing that, but
Oh no,
I don't see them making the wild card either. So
no, they'll find their way somehow to the bottom of the hole as much as they can to get out. But we'll kick it over here next from there to a little segment we like to call our Beast of the Week. And this week for our Beast of the Week, man, you want to take it away with the starter?
yeah, well, in the NFC, we're gonna go with the man himself with the broken toe, Mr. A-Rod Aaron Rodgers. This man put up 341 yards with four touchdowns. He passed 29 for 37 with 141 QBR. This man is our NFC Beast of the Week.
And over in the AFC, man, we have the dude who's always battling, doing what he can over there. Everyone likes to say he's got a running back for a quarterback, but this guy's putting up the stats year after year and doing what he has to do through injury or not, whatever it is. He went 11 for 115 on the day, 10.5 average for y'all that don't know the math. That's a touchdown as well. 32 yards, the longest play on the day for the man. That dude is Mark Andrews, the Ravens tight end for our AFC players.
Beast of the Week.
And we kick it over here next after that now to this next week of football, man. How are you feeling? Because last night, KC, in a pretty crazy fashion, Travis Kelce, big old play to finish her off.
Oh, yeah. That was a great
Wild
game.
34-28, final in overtime.
Yep.
How did you feel about that game?
It was awesome. It was
That's what I expected,
It was
honestly.
a show.
Yeah.
We saw very high scoring, and I knew KC was going to come away with that win. We all picked them to win this week in our predictions.
Yeah. I was more surprised that the Chargers held in there
Yeah,
as long as they did, but they still shot themselves in the foot just enough times to lose. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I expected KC to win in regulation pretty easily,
Oh, really?
but
It goes how it
it
goes,
went to
man.
overtime, and when I told you when they got overtime, I said first person that gets the ball is going to win. KC had the ball first drive, Kelsey took off.
Honestly, when Derwin James was out for the second half, dude, I thought it was going to be all over for them. And I'm surprised that's why I keep saying, I'm so surprised they hung in there and did what they were able to do like that. Especially with Pat Mahomes throwing for over 400 yards, 410. Man, that's a hot night, dude. That's a lot.
They know what it takes.
They did it.
They've been in the Super Bowl. They know what it takes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And they've been to the Chargers how many times? They're one of the easiest teams in their division to run through.
And you look at the Chargers and the team, they haven't really beaten great teams.
Yeah.
And you look at their schedule, and I know we've been high on them before, especially saying, they deserve one more win because of that week 2 incident.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
the teams they beat aren't really that impressive. So I think the Chargers might be a little overrated if you most people say they're properly
they
rated.
definitely
I guess,
are. They're always
if you're
that
talking
team.
high on them, maybe you shouldn't because
Yeah,
when
they're
they
always
get
that
these tough
team, though. Everybody
matchups,
always says, the Chargers are really good, but then there's always other people on this side.
they're a good regular season team.
Yeah, they're like an okay regular season team. I always put it as, it's hard to say, and it's mean, I guess, at times to some people. They're mediocre. It's just how they are, dude. They're mediocre.
It's all
so
like
up and
every week.
down.
It's like it's gonna be a close one.
They're the team that can have a Hall of Fame quarterback like Phillip Rivers. And if they kept Drew Brees, I think they would have done a lot better. But understandably, what they did at the time and everything, injuries being what they were, stuff like that. But man, the direction of the team and everything, how they go, they just aren't. They don't have the trajectory to win a Super Bowl. Really, they have this ceiling they cap, and they're like, okay, stats are what matter. And as long as we get Pro Bowl votes for like our quarterback and this, and a guy makes a Hall of Fame, like it's like okay.
They want the accolades because they know they can't win anything important.
Yeah, and now they're in LA and they got to put up or shut up.
They have to.
Is that like a timetable thing? Because that's what it is to me. LA, like the Rams used to be there, so I feel like they got a little bit of more of a stake. Plus, they built more of the stadium with their own money.
With the Raiders?
No, with the Rams.
Oh, the Rams. Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying like the Rams have like stake in it because they've been there before, and like, the Chargers are just like we're the new kid on the block.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you're fake, dude.
Yeah, look at my shiny new home. Like,
it's impersonator here.
Yeah.
Posters for all.
How'd you get all that?
Right? For real, man. But
I got proof with your record.
Seriously. But next, man, we're gonna get over here to the rest of this slate of this week, and we'll get over to our picks. We'll roll through, not too fast, not too slow, but just right. And talk about what we think the key things for these games are going to be. So here is the list right here, folks. We got the first game here on the 1 o'clock window. The Browns hosting the Raiders, man. That team that's all just, taken out by COVID right now by so much.
Yep.
I can't switch this time. I'm going to have to go the Raiders just because... Man, Derek Carr's putting up this year too.
Derek Carr's
I do not want to. I don't know. It's tough to pick against them.
Yeah, I'm rolling my solo this week, Cleveland.
Okay.
I mean, I'm rolling the dice. I like Cleveland at home.
It really is rolling.
Waller's out for the Raiders, so they got that going for them. I don't know. Some tell me Browns, so I'm going Browns.
Okay, and then we got Kyle and Jace over here with the Raiders as well. Man, that's tough for me. I almost want to roll back around later, but let's see. We go over next to the Patriots going to the Colts, man. Adam Vinatieri, I guess, is supposed to be like, hitting whatever big, hammer thing they have on, whatever. He's doing something to start off the game, basically. Everyone's saying Patriots by 20 because of it. I'm like, this is going to make it even more of a grind of a game.
They're underdogs this game, I think.
Yeah. Honestly,
we all have them.
For, like I said before about Jonathan Taylor and how good he's playing, if there's a game to pick him not to score a touchdown, I feel like this is the game to pick him to break that record. But there's no such thing to bet it, so whatever. But
no touchdowns.
Yeah, right. I mean, at this point, it's probably like $1 if he even got his touchdown.
You can bet his under on his touchdowns. Yeah, his touchdowns is 1.
Maybe. I mean, honestly, his betting is probably so low for that because he scores. It's 10 weeks straight now or 11 weeks at this point. He's just a machine, dude. But yeah, I got the Patriots, and we all got the Patriots this week. It's an absolute wrap. Realistically, it'll probably be a close game. But I just see one person in general to be a huge difference maker in this game. Probably have to be Jacoby Myers. If it's not, Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry, okay. He's
not
out.
Hunter Henry?
Yeah, he's playing.
No, it says he's playing as of right now. So we'll see going forward. Hopefully it stays that way. Keep you updated, I guess.
Definitely.
Check the Instagram story. But now we get over here next in the 1 o'clock window to a place that you like to go to, and so do I, and that's Philly, where the bros stay, not the hosts stay. But they're taking on the football team there, so football team coming off that loss.
Quarterback.
Yeah, for real. They are basically hopeless right now. You think there's any shot that the football team has here on Sunday, or I think Philly's going to wrap them up and toss them out early?
I think the Eagles might shut them out.
Really? You think it's going to be like a big shutout, like blowout shutout, or is it going to just be like 20-0?
I mean, I would say 20-0 is a big blowout. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
53-0.
No, either like 30s, 40s, or if you think it's going to be like teens or like 9-0.
I'd say maybe no more. I don't think the Eagles put more than 17 points, maybe 23 at the most. But I think maybe 17-3 is the final score, maybe.
I feel you on that.
That's what I would guess.
And we all got Philly on it this week. I mean, I'd love to pick the football team, but just with all the injuries, especially Heineke. Man, if Heineke didn't get hurt, That's just the icing on the cake. I can't pick him. He's got the moxie, man. He's the man that can do it without anyone out there.
Well,
So
you never know. We'll see if this practice squad fourth string guy can come in and do a little.
we'll see, man. And this parody of this week too is just crazy with the games that are going on. Another one here that we all picked one on one side was the Bills over there hosting the Panthers. I really want to go Panthers, but Cam Newton is just not. He's just not.
He got benched last game.
Nah.
But they did put up 20 points, like I said. But he did get benched after the COVID.
They did. I mean, I just don't get it, man. Everyone was so hyped, and it was. You had to know it was just for the jersey sales and stuff. They had to bump something at the end of the year. They got nothing going.
They were desperate for a quarterback.
Yeah, just for a quarterback, got to do something. Pinch the bag there, I guess. But I mean, Buffalo hasn't even been rolling lately. Two straight losses. But
they should get a dub here. We all got them this week.
Yeah, so you can't blame them. They're not as real as everyone wants to make them to be. As much as you want to dive through tables over there in Buffalo and everything, man. It's just you ain't that good yet. So save the concussions and everything like that in the parking lots for later, and don't do that shit yet until you got a Super Bowl in hand and you got something to show.
After the conference championship.
Dude, they gotta wait for longer than that. They've been 4 times in a row in the Super Bowl. Like, come on now.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, like seriously, let's get out of here though. Let's get over to this next game with the Cardinals going to Detroit, man. Detroit.
We don't gotta hang much time on that one.
Not at all. Arizona's gonna smock them up, put them down. I think that's gonna be an easy one. But we'll move over here next to this other one in the 1 o'clock window. Big matchup, I think, is gonna be absolutely sweet. Jets and the Dolphins, man. The Jets is my pick on this. I think they're gonna come out of here no matter what happens.
Yeah, I'm going with Miami because
So is the other boys.
Yeah, everyone's going with Miami except for you.
Yeah.
But
Solo, here we go.
I mean, I think it's gonna be a really good game. I think Miami's spread was like 10, like 9.5. I took that spread.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be close.
It could be. We'll have to see going
I got Miami. We got Miami. You got New York. Or you got New Jersey.
Yeah, right. New Jersey over there in the swamp. No, man. I mean, I think it'll be decent, but for the team that's actually playing the swamp that weekend that plays in the same stadium, the Giants are going to be hosting the Cowboys. And I mean, we all picked Dallas, but at the end of the day, it's another one of those games where it's Division I. They know each other very well, and that Giants defense is not great, but it's still not something to fuck with, man.
Yeah.
They are good.
Well, their offense isn't anything they get scared about either.
Yeah, no, their offense isn't that good. They're actually like total trash.
And Dallas' defense is way better than New York's defense.
No, exactly, by a mile.
So we got Dallas that easily.
Yeah, definitely Dallas. I just feel like who knows? Who knows, man?
Think might be an upset.
Could be. Definitely. There's a lot of them on here that could be. But I mean, over to another one that's another toss up on the board. Who knows? Pittsburgh and the Titans. Pittsburgh at home.
Me and Callie got Pittsburgh this week.
Yep. And then Jason and I got the Titans. It's going to be,
good.
Like I said, it's a toss-up. Even between us, it's a 50-50 split. And Steelers can run the ball. I think they should have the game. But if Tannehill gets there in the pocket, throwing 200, 350, it's going to be the Titans by a mile.
I just don't think the Steelers have given up yet on the season.
No, they definitely haven't given up.
They have, but I mean, that division isn't closed yet, and they can still make a good run. So,
oh yeah, that's for sure, man.
If they lose this game, then maybe something different. But I think if they get this win here, it'd be pretty big for them in like confidence kind of sense.
Oh yeah, that's for definitely sure, man. Next here and lastly in the 1 o'clock window, though, we have Houston going down to Jacksonville to take on the urban list Jaguars. That's going to be one of those games, man. Where
Jaguars by a mile. I'm telling you, they're running free now. They don't got to worry about nothing. They don't got to worry about anyone getting kicked in the head.
I mean, I didn't even realize until now that you guys all went Jags and I went Houston.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to have to keep it. I'm going to have to. We'll see where that goes. But then we go from there over to the 4 o'clock window next. This one's to me, the biggest toss-up game of the week, not even a question in my mind. Cincinnati is going on up to get Mile High in Denver, Colorado to take on the Broncos.
Well, if you got Ryan Solo, I'm going with Denver here. I see them getting up.
Yeah, and I see
Since you gotta
Cincinnati, and so
travel.
does the rest of the boys.
I don't know. I'm going with Denver.
I think it's going to be a good game, man. I mean, honestly, Cincinnati should pull it out with that offense they have. But if Denver has the defense they have going all year, Javante going, bro, they're going to just take him down. It's not even going to be a question.
This year.
Oh, yeah. He has been absolutely killing it. Not even a question, man. Absolutely killing it this year. And then over to another team that's kind of been a little hot lately, the Falcons.
Yeah.
They're going over to the 49ers to see what they can do and if they can get a little dirty with them being the Birds.
Whoa.
But you got a clean sweep of 49ers.
Yeah, we got 49ers. But yeah, Atlanta has been really hot, but
They have.
too little too late for them, I think, though.
Yeah, definitely for sure. I mean, no playoff hopes, nothing like that. It really stinks Russell Gage can't get back in. But, I mean, everybody's got what they've got going on in life. And I guess every season is meant to either be finished or not finished, just depending on, injury. Anything happens. So life is life, man. But we get over next year in the 4 o'clock window to Seattle and the Rams. Big divisional matchup here. Maybe not so much for Seattle, but they can just knock off the Rams a little bit.
Yeah, we all got the Rams, though. I mean, Wilson hasn't been showing out too much lately.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, he did have a good game last week, but...
Yeah, no, he definitely did. But it's tough, though. I mean, it doesn't really matter as much this year as to how great he plays. It's really if the defense shows up.
Well, Lockett's out, too.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing everything he can.
Lockett's been bailing him out, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, Lockett always has. What is it before that? Baldwin used to do the same thing before him. He's always had that kind of guy, the blanket guy, that can get him out of anything, especially small little, tiny receiver slot guy that can do deep ball stuff and, crazy stuff. Let's not forget, before we forget, Tyreek Hill's catch last night down the sideline.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Those are the kind of plays I'm talking about with Baldwin and Lockett and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those kind of plays. That was insanity last night, seeing that play.
It's unreal. You see these, almost every week, you see something new like that.
It's
That is incredible. That's something
that's why I always say, for some of the receivers that are small, as long as you're fighting back against a defensive guy and you, give a little bit more effort, most of the time, probably 90% of the time you're going to drop that. But if you give that effort every single time, one of those times you're going to come up with a pretty damn big play. So just keep giving the effort and don't, quit in the play and, stop running and whatnot. That's just the name of the game, man. That's football. It's a grind. But we get over here to the next one. That's going to be a grind, I think, even if Lamar isn't playing. The Packers going to Baltimore, man. That's going to be a big matchup, but we all have the Packers in this one.
Yeah, I think Lamar might. I think they'll probably play, but just because they need to win, I think he's gonna play no matter what.
Yeah.
But we all got Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers just not to be messed with. He's the man.
And they're getting so hot right now at the right time. Jair Alexander coming back to practice today, out there showing them how cold it was. Man, freezing out there, but it's the time of year. They're ready for everything, and that's why. At the end of the day, I think the Packers are just always going to be that best team. If they're even semi-ready and a good enough team, they're going to be ready for that stuff. Oh yeah, no. As long as Rodgers is there, I'm saying because they're just battle tested. They're always in the cold. Everything's always colder basically than anywhere else they go. And in the warm, they don't seem to ever be affected really. They seem to just roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see the Patriots over some years and other teams that come from the north down south, Florida or something like that, and they get a little affected by humidity and all that shit. So we'll see, but Packers have seemed to master all that shit, man. They got it all in the bag right now. But we get over here next to the Saints and the Bucks. That's gonna be a big game. We all got Tampa Bay. Do you think Taysom Hill has anywhere near enough to even pull this game close, or do you think it's going to be one of those wide opens where people should be betting, for maybe a 10 for?
I wouldn't put any money on the Saints And also, Sean Payton just got COVID, so he's not going to be there either to coach.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about like putting 10 over the Saints.
No, I wouldn't.
Covered by 10.
Oh, you think? No, I wouldn't. You think that
you
take the Saints spread?
I would take the Bucks over the Saints by 10.
Oh yeah. Oh okay.
Yeah. I'm saying like you think that's a safe one, or you think it's a little tough?
Probably. I would say so.
I think it is. I mean, Taysom Hill hasn't been doing so well, and with that broken finger or whatever he's got going on, hyperextension. I mean, dude, they should have this one in the bag.
Bucks should have it.
Maybe not early, but a little bit after halftime, they should be able to pull away.
It should be over by halftime. I think it should be over halftime.
We'll see. I mean, that Saints defense, man, they do what they do there. So who knows? It's tough. But we get over here lastly to one that no matter what, you can't split it evenly because nobody knows these teams at all. 1 week they're great, 1 week they suck. The next week they're so average that you can't even tell. Vikings taking on the Bears on Monday night, man. I got Chicago.
Yeah.
So does Kyle.
You got Chicago. Kyle, me and Jace going with the Vikings. This is kind of a.
No, Kyle's got Chicago.
Oh, Kyle's got Chicago.
Yeah.
Me and Jace got Vikings. Yeah.
This is gonna be a good split. I feel like to finish the week.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that this is the Monday night matchup because it's two kind of not great teams at all.
Yeah, but it's an old matchup, so that's why it sells really. And I feel like it's gonna be in Chicago. Those fans are always rowdy. They're always there, no matter how bad that team can get. They're there. It's gonna be a dogfight, but for some reason I just feel like they're gonna cook up. Those Bears are gonna cook something up and make some
magic. Snow.
Hopefully.
This is like a storm on Saturday, so.
Yeah, that is true. Oh yeah, no, it's probably gonna be sweeping across.
There might be some leftovers if it's coming from that direction.
Definitely, man. Definitely. But other than that, any other big news in the front for the NFL for you? Because I feel like that's it for me.
We covered everything we got.
Yeah, covered COVID, covered games, covered damn near everything. So with that said, we'll see y'all on the NBA side next. For real. Got it.
Welcome back, everybody. We're on to the NBA segment. We got a huge COVID breakout to start off the news, and it seems like...
Dude, across all the leagues.
Across all the leagues, yeah. Probably
Country,
NBA, NFL, Premier League wants to shut down, college teams, NHL, everybody.
See Roger Goodell the other day trying to talk about it. It sounded like he didn't even know what COVID was, speaking about it. We have to do new protocols. I'm like, dude, you don't even know, these were protocols already. Going into a winter season, you gotta smarten up, man.
And they don't even update them.
Yourselves.
They have protocols, but you're not updating them. You're waiting until a huge breakout, and all right, now we're gonna do this, that. But for the NBA,
100%.
NBA, they're having it's crazy, and there's only 400 something, 470 something players in the NBA.
Yeah, so they don't have they don't have all the room like the NFL does to just cycling guys and quarantine them.
And traveling every single day, different cities.
Yeah,
sometimes 3 different cities in a week.
Yep.
Going on airplanes, stuff like that. So now they have they got to get tested every day. They got to wear masks in the facilities during games.
Oh yeah.
So they got to start breaking down.
Wasn't it said something about eating and drinking and stuff?
Yeah, so
they got to cut a hole in their
mask. Shams, his first tweet was they got to wear a mask during showering, eating, and drinking. And then he instantly deleted it and then put one up without those 3 things. And it's dude, the NBA is doing anything to not have another bubble. I swear, dude, they're Adam Silver's we're not doing that again.
Yeah, no, I don't blame them for not wanting to do it, but at the same time, if it's in the best interest in your league to get the season over with, guess what? Suck it up.
Yeah.
But but the thing is if they're traveling, sorry, there's only so many teams, and it's mostly. Sorry to say for everyone that thinks NBA and NFL, all these things are the biggest powerhouses. The biggest powerhouse in the goddamn world in sports is freaking soccer, people. And guess what? Every single soccer team has their own freaking planes. What is all these NFL, NBA teams doing? Most of them have all these random planes, and even if they're private, they're still used by other people. It's not their own plane. Cleaned by their own employees, all that. He like made sure it's done correct. Like Robert Kraft, man, went and spent for 2 different planes, man. And look what he's done, like all the things he's been able to do with that plane, like helping people, volunteering, all that, and also just bringing his damn team places and not having to pay other people. Teams need to get on a certain level, and they ain't on that level yet.
Yeah, hopefully with like these new mandates and stuff.
Yeah.
Start smartening up and.
Yeah, they need to pony up, dude, or else they're gonna. This is how these seasons are gonna go from now on.
Yeah,
like, it ain't going nowhere. You guys gotta get smarter and work harder. Sorry, and spend a little more if that means because you're really not lifting a finger at the end of the day. It's just moving the money with a transaction.
Yep.
Seriously.
Speaking of money.
What are you talking about over here? The money.
Someone that's money from 3. We're talking about Steph Curry. Breaking
Okay.
the 3-point record finally.
Oh yeah.
Struggling week, as he said. He said it's been frustrating all week trying to break that record. He was too shy going in to Madison Square Garden against the New York Knicks. Ray Allen was there. Reggie Miller was broadcasting. Del Curry was there, his father.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks called a timeout as soon as he hit 3.
Yep.
It was historical. It was funny.
That was wild.
There's one guy that was some old guy who was on his phone while Curry was shooting the shot. It's like, dude, you really missed history to be on your phone. Granted, we don't know what was happening, but
that's insane.
It's like, dude, dang, you're on the wrong side of the meme right there.
Yeah, seriously, dude. But I mean, that's huge though. And you see that picture of him at half court where there was like his jersey with the number on it.
Yep.
And then,
and he was
Ray Allen.
Ray's little spray was like.
Yeah, it was like his like Boston jersey, and then Reggie Miller's jersey. That was a pretty cool picture. I like that.
Yeah.
It's cool to see that raw emotion too, though, because Steph is kind of that guy who wears the heart on the sleeve kind of guy, live and die for the team kind of guy. Usually isn't the all-star player on your team, but he is. That's rare, and that's awesome. That's why this kind of achievement, you can see it was something he's wanted for a long time, clearly.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, just so happy for him.
Shout
out, Steph. Shout out.
Yeah, and he's not done yet either.
No.
And like, if I'm thinking about Curry's next few years in the league, I could see him keeping up this level of play probably 2 or 3 more years. 3 years at the most.
Even from after that, he's still gonna be like a Jamal Crawford to me.
I was even gonna say even like he played probably 2 more years at this level, probably 3.
Mm.
After that, he'll be like, I think, 36 maybe, like 36, 37, 38.
Yeah.
He'll be in the league still. He'll probably take on more like a Ray Allen role, I think.
Yeah,
he'll put up more threes. So,
for sure.
To be honest, I'm looking at it. He might. I don't know if he'll be able to crack 5,000 threes, but he'll get over 4,500, I think. I think he'll crack 4,500. He might crack 5,000, and I think that's going to be one of the records that go pretty much untouched. We talked last week about like John Stockton's assist record, like Emmitt Smith rushing record, or Jerry Rice receiving yards. Like these are some records that you think that might never ever get touched. And if Curry can stay healthy, and I'm looking at this even with his injuries, he misses usually 10 to 12 games a season.
Yeah.
So it's 7
that's
games.
tough, dude. Like that's gonna be rough for him to get to, but he is that kind of all-star, absolute insane caliber player. So
yeah,
who knows, man?
And it is all from the offense. Like even after he got that, he hit his 3, and he was talking in the locker room about he's thinking like you guys are the reason he got it.
Yep.
Like all the passes, but like the whole offense is constructed around him, and like literally everybody is just set screens for him.
Yeah.
And
it's wild, dude.
And it's pretty cool because and there's players like Jordan Poole and like Andrew Wiggins. These guys are doing like really, really well working with him. And then you see guys like Kelly Oubre, who was there a year or 2 ago, who didn't do anything and like sucked, and now he's with the Hornets and he's doing really, really well. And he was complaining like all I did was set screens for Curry.
Yeah,
it's like, you're patient and
you gotta settle into the offense, man, and he is the offense. So
and like we see guys excel with Poole and Wiggins.
I mean, come on, Oubre's been on what teams? So what is he?
Yeah, who are you anyway?
What is he to sit behind and everything, and realize, I'm not the top guy, even though I was the best when I hated you.
Yeah, I was so good at 18. I was like number 4 in high school. Sick, dude.
that's cute. You might be in the NBA, but it still does not matter now.
Yeah.
Like,
And speaking of like all these assisted threes Curry had, I don't know if you saw the list of his teammates that passed him. Draymond Green is number 1 for most assists to Curry, and then Iguodala is 2.
Yeah.
Right behind Iggy is KD, who's only with him for 3 years, or 2.5, 3 years.
I mean, dude, he was hot.
And KD, he won Finals MVP. Like he won MVP. Did he win? No, he didn't win MVP.
No, it was just Finals MVP.
Yeah, but I mean, he was like their leading scorer.
Yeah.
And he was wild, and he was above Klay Thompson, which is really funny.
Yeah, I
feel like
he's
a different play style for sure.
Speaking of Klay Thompson, I feel like that's going to be a massive thing coming back soon.
He just got called up. Him and Wiseman both got called up, so at least Klay, he'll play on Christmas Day for sure.
Oh yeah, dude.
We'll definitely put him in.
That's going to be nice to see.
10 days away.
It has been a while since you've seen Klay.
Easily go off. I mean, I don't know about right away, but like throughout the rest of the season.
Oh yeah, maybe the first night might be a little bit rough, like a 2 for 10 or something, or a little tight. But once he gets loose, dude, and starts shooting, loosey goosey, and the splash for us when he's back, and
they'll be scary.
They may already be like a favorite, but pick them. Pick them.
Yeah, because if Phoenix stays healthy, but I mean, dude, I don't see the Warriors losing Phoenix in a series. I think the Warriors.
Oh, especially with Klay and Steph, it don't even matter about the big man down low. I think Klay and Steph alone.
And Draymond's defense.
They're going to shake. I mean, I love Chris Paul. I love him, but they're going to shake their freaking shoes right off their feet. They're going to be falling down, breaking ankles.
Aiden's going to crumble again.
Oh, Aiden's going to just shit himself, dude. He's not even going to know what to do with all that speed around him down the paint.
He's going to have to chase. He's going to have to guard the perimeter. He's not going to do that well at all.
No, he won't.
He won't do that.
It's just his MO, dude. Kind of like Roy Hibbert.
Yeah, I still wonder if he's going to get traded.
Yeah.
Aiden. Because, I mean,
but
or is he going to sign a smaller deal?
I feel like that ruins their season, though. Like, it's not like he's like a massive difference maker for them going forward, but
crazy
he's still good enough. I feel like you don't want to get rid of him right now.
We'll see, because about 80% of contracts just got tradable yesterday.
Yeah.
So we'll probably see if he trades from now until the deadline. We'll see a ton of trades, most likely.
Oh, for real?
I don't think. I'm interested to see how they handle Aiden, because I think he might just end up signing for less money with the Suns.
True. Who knows, man?
Unless someone wants to give him that money, I don't see anyone doing that now.
Yeah,
I'm really not sure. Playoffs.
Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly. It's a tough one to call for me, dude. Tough one to call.
And speaking of trade rumors out in the West, it's kind of crazy to say because this guy just got there, but we're talking about Russ getting out of La La Land.
Yeah, right.
Like, so Westbrook.
He's got COVID right now, so he's.
Yeah. So we'll see.
See if he gets out of that first.
He's been great. I mean, he's been a turnover machine, but.
I mean, he's always been that in his career. He's a turnover machine. He's not really the best percentage shooter, but that's because he's a high intensity guy.
He's a high volume player.
Yeah, and in general, dude, it's kind of how I put it with a lot of guys. Like I said about Steph Curry before, and kind of like how he like breaks that mold. Russ is like so close to being able to break that mold, but he just can't keep the consistency going. He could shoot better most nights and stuff.
He's consistently bad at shooting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If he could be consistently like decent at shooting and then just not turn the ball over like maybe once a game, even twice instead of like 5-6 times, seven times.
I mean, but even guys like
it's insane.
Even like LeBron, like Luka.
It's why they're losing.
7 turnovers a game.
It's strictly why they're losing. It's like the Celtics when they go through their woes like that. They turn over like what you get like 5 games in a row. They have plus 10 turnovers, and every game is a loss. Maybe one that they pulled out of their ass somehow. It's a same old kind of argument for like how to win, I guess, in the NBA.
Yeah.
In general in sports, just don't turn the ball over.
And I don't know. It's just crazy to me that they would even. I don't believe them. As soon as I heard that they're like, oh, the Lakers might trade Russ, I'm like, I don't believe that for a second. I'm like, if anything, they should trade AD, but LeBron's doing anything he can to protect. AD's been playing terrible.
Really been playing awful.
Like,
dude.
oh yeah, so bad.
I don't even
Go
know.
back to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Give us the farm team back.
Give me Zion.
Yeah, Zion's not even gonna play the rest of the season probably. He keeps getting pushed back. He's like, they said he's, besides him gaining like 100 extra pounds, he weighs what?
Did he really though?
Probably.
Seriously.
He looks like it. They say he weighs over 330. They said he skipped rehab workouts. He fell asleep during film. And now he keeps getting different injections.
Man got paid. Man got paid as a high school kid.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Yeah. I
Complacency,
didn't expect him to eat all that. I didn't expect him to do that.
Yeah.
He was like Shaq when he tried to eat.
As soon as he got drafted there, everyone knew he was gonna start eating some gumbo.
As soon as he went to New Orleans, yeah, he's just like, all right.
Yeah. Man, I hope the dude doesn't lose his career down there because he's not taking it serious.
He had some great numbers last
year.
He had 27 points a game. He's 20 years old.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And it's like
he's still a hot player. It's just he's got to grow a little bit still. And
he's got to play.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Mature.
And he's got to play.
Yeah.
This isn't Embiid where Embiid had to get healthy. This is really yes, he has to get healthy, but Embiid had to learn a lot more. I feel like and really get to the play style of the NBA. And I think Zion is more or less kind of I wouldn't say LeBron and being changing the NBA, but I think he's kind of like LeBron in that way because of that body he's got. If he does have a shot in the end and gets decent, mid-range-ish to 3-point, he could be super.
At least I know he played college. I don't really remember his NBA.
Yeah, that's why I feel like LeBron, it's a semi-comp to LeBron.
LeBron never started off good for threes either. He didn't really excel until he was with Miami.
Yeah, and I
a
feel
little bit before that, but he didn't really hit his prime three-pointer.
Yeah, that's why I feel like LeBron's a good comp to him because it's if they end up anywhere being the same, near that, but he's so big now, especially with.
He's got to lose about 100
If this
pounds.
really is what he actually jumped to in weight, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just wow. We all know the hardness stuff is fake and everything, and they're just messing around and whatnot. But I hope he is, but it don't look like it.
We'll see. I mean, they got a good future there with Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, they definitely do. Definitely.
So
what else you got on that NBA front for us, bro?
So I want to talk about a couple of polls came out about the award races, a couple earliest award races. So for MVP right now, coming in with 72% of the votes, Steph Curry.
Yep.
And it seems more like KD.
That record might have bumped it a little bit.
Yeah, maybe, but he's been playing out of his mind. But yeah, I'm surprised KD only came away with 17% of the votes. I mean, he's been balling out lately. I think he's the front runner, in my opinion.
There's been people talking about. I saw it online yesterday. People saying that he should be a front runner. I mean, it's not that he shouldn't be, but
so Curry technically is, I guess, according to the Bleacher Report. I think NBA came out with one today that also said KD was in first place, though.
Yeah.
But I still think Curry's going to finish with it.
The projected stuff.
Yeah. So moving on to the projected Rookie of the Year, Evan Mobley came away leading with 37% of the votes, and I mean, rightly so. He's been playing out of his mind.
Oh yeah, very consistent.
Especially on
only going up.
Yeah, on the Cavs too, with their injuries going on. I mean, he also has Jared Allen who's playing out of his mind too, right next to him. So it's even more impressive for that. And then Scotty Barnes came away second place, 28% there. And then for most improved, taking it at 42% of the vote is Jordan Poole. We talked about him earlier going off with the Warriors.
Yep.
We'll see. Maybe he'll leave next year just because Clay's coming back, and so his role is going to diminish again probably next year. But right behind but one other guy I like that came in second with 33% of the votes, Miles Bridges. I mean, he's been playing out of his mind. He turned down.
Yeah.
I don't know if he turned down the contract extension. I think he did. But he'll have a qualifying offer from Charlotte
for sure
this summer.
But he's been playing well enough, dude. And if not, I mean, he's gonna get a bag from somebody.
Yeah, he definitely will. He's gonna get a ton of money. He's been playing out of his mind
for sure, dude.
NBA
is only going up, so everybody's contract. I feel like even if you're average, you're just gonna get paid very, very healthy.
Yeah, especially with that cap's going up in 2 years. So even when a player signs, say he might, I don't want to say 40 mil, but mid to high, I could see him getting 35 to 38 mil probably. And if you look at it, if you sign a 4-year deal somewhere,
real.
So
They've been clamoring so much about that TV
I think
deal.
we'll see. Yeah, so I think we're going to see a ton of extensions within this year and next year.
Yeah.
We're going to see a ton of people just signing probably high 30s, low 40s, because in 5 years, or when those are on their final 2 years of their contract, it's going to be a bargain at that point.
Oh,
Another trade piece, they'll be probably younger. I mean, not for Bridges, he'll be in Higgs' prime still after that contract.
That's the thing. We're thinking 20 and 30 million. It's a good number for trade value now. It's
yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
When you think about it back in even the 2000s, it's all right, dude, you got 15 mil, oh, you got a max contract?
Yeah, right.
Bro, and it's 50 now.
It's just blowing my mind. It's insane the money is thrown around.
It's just crazy how much they're bringing in, which is another reason they don't want to have another bubble.
Yeah, no, for sure. They don't want to sacrifice none of that. But damn sure, man.
But right before we finish off, we want to get into some of the Christmas Day games.
Hell yeah, dude.
Because we're not going to be here next week. We're taking Christmas Eve off.
That is for
enjoy
sure.
the families and spend the holidays.
Hell yeah.
But we're going to talk a little about Christmas Day games. We'll run through them and let me know which one. Honestly, we're going to tune into all of them. Which one of these sounds like the best matchup? Because there's some here that I'm all right, those aren't great, but I'll watch it. It'll be a good game, but there's some that are really good. So we'll start off. The first game is going to be the Hawks against the Knicks.
That should be a good one. Two decent teams, not overly great teams. They can hit their strides at times. I feel like it'll be a really streaky game.
The Knicks have been so bad since they benched Kemba.
Yeah.
And now I think Alec Burke is COVID or he's hurt. It's they don't have any guards. And it shows in their record.
Like I said, Kemba, arthritis, whatever it is, the knee issue, his career's over, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to tell people.
Once he got benched, he was I'm ready to take on
Boston. When he got to Boston, dude, I think everyone knew he was broken, and especially in the system. The Celtics don't hold a man back on the roster if he's not ready, and if he's not, he doesn't have the right, IQ, anything. He's in the right mind frame, everything, he's going. So obviously there's something that had to be physical.
Yeah.
And everything that kept pointing to at any point it was physical was the knee. So, it's the knee, dude, and if he can figure it out at some point, we'll see.
It's too late. But speaking of the Celtics, though, they'll be taking on the Bucks on Christmas Day following that game. I think the Bucks are going to take that one, but we'll see. I think Tatum's going to have a nice Christmas Day show out against Giannis.
I think unless Jalen's back, which I don't think he will be back, too soon to call. I don't think they're going to win this one. I'm just going to specifically say it from a betting perspective. I just won a bet 3 days ago where they played and the Celtics did win against the Bucks, so they just don't have a chance this next time. It's they're gonna Bucks probably gonna roll them. I mean they also did
Bucks home too.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The next game we've seen this matchup twice already this season. We're gonna see it for a third time in Phoenix. The visiting San Francisco Warriors are gonna be playing against them. That'll be a good one.
Yeah, that's gonna be very close. I feel like that's probably one of those 3 spread games.
Or the open one. That's this one.
Yeah, right. Honestly, I'm gonna have to go with the Warriors because if it happens, I believe it's gonna happen. Big Playboy and Wet Boys. Splashing Wet Boys splashing it up the way they're going.
The Wet Boys gonna make it rain.
They are gonna rain, dude. They'll rain fire.
I'm gonna tell you now, Aiden's gonna have a horrible game.
Yeah, he is.
Aiden's gonna.
When does he have good games?
Yeah.
Or more than good games, should I say?
He's gonna look clueless in that game. If Clay's playing and they're running the perimeter like they always do, I think Aiden's gonna look clueless in that game.
Probably.
And then maybe we'll see a trade. Who knows? See a trade come January, February. The next, we got 2 more games after that. We got the Nets visiting the Los Angeles Lakers. That'll be a pretty good matchup. Hopefully, we got everybody healthy and non-COVID and able to play. But I think the Nets will take that away, even without Kyrie, who has been having. We heard people saying that there's more promise that Kyrie might come back this season, but
I saw that, but he's putting on for who he's putting on for at this point. I don't know if that's going to change, but I gotta go Nets, I guess.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And then lastly, I'm not looking forward to this game too much. Just the Mavericks against the Jazz, just because I'm not a huge Jazz fan. I think the Mavericks are traveling, and the Mavericks always suck when they're traveling, so it'll be a close game. But like the Jazz, like
they're gonna pull away.
The Jazz are fakers every year, so I'm like, I don't even care if the Jazz win this game.
Yeah, dude, you know who the Jazz are, and like I always say, you know who most teams are every year. It's just depending on if one of the difference makers on their team is super hot, basically through the entire season. Obviously, NFL is quarterback, NBA is a little more spread around, but for them, they're just always that team that fakes it, man. They get there, and Donovan Mitchell looks like he's the man. Gobert looks like he's all that big talker.
They went deep boy even though he doesn't deserve it.
And yeah, D-boy when really he's
the pussy.
Whoa, yeah, D-pussy. He does not have it in the head or the bag, dude.
Yeah.
He's a good shooter and stuff, but he's just soft down there, dude. He's a little too soft for that, and that's why I still believe some of those low-scoring, old, big body, big bruiser, big men are still needed at some points. Maybe not during the season as much, but during those playoff runs, that old boy, come on.
And real quick, before we get into our NBA beast of the week, real quick, something just happened. Patriots related. Damian Harris ruled out.
Ooh, Damian Harris being out, man. That's going to be a big one. Big one.
Big one.
Oh,
man. We got an eraser on here? No, I'm playing. I'm still rolling Pats.
No, I'm still rolling Pats. I am not switching on that. But one thing I will say right now to every single person on this show, with Damian Harris being out, people, remember, there's Brandon Bolden sitting right there for all y'all in fantasy. Because absolutely nobody is
doing that right now.
Him up. I'm not even kidding you. I'm doing it right now because my fantasy lineup, having Swift and Christian McCaffrey this year, I have been decimated at the end of the season. So the claim is through, and he's now on my roster, and hopefully be a lot happier for him. We got a dub coming this weekend.
All right, where are you?
Let's go.
Where are you on the waiver wire?
Oh no! It was an ad. I just grabbed it right now, dude. It's official as fuck. 1:43 p.m. on Friday, 12/17, baby. Let's freaking go! Playoffs are a big push, 9-5, and you're sitting there pretty with a bye that I thought I was gonna have.
Oh yeah.
So, but you're saying before a little something that cleaned my ear. I don't know if I heard you correctly. Something about the NBA.
Yeah, we're gonna roll into our NBA
Beast of the Week.
Dan, take this thing away, man. You got some good old beasts here. Old, for sure.
Coming in from the east side, we're going to roll with the MVP frontrunner, Kevin Durant.
He is not blowing out that Achilles.
Yeah, he's been doing pretty good since that Achilles, Harry. Last week he went 4-0. He had 37.5 points a game on 50% shooting, 40% from 3, and 94% from the free throw line. That's a 50-40-90. He had 9 rebounds, 8.5 assists, 1.8 blocks on the whole week. He's our NBA
Beast of the Week.
And taking on over to the West. We're going
on
the West side of the NBA. We're going over to La La Land with LeBron James. He went 3-0 on the week. He averaged 29 points a game on 58% shooting, 50% from 3. All right, Kevin Durant, you hear that?
Yeah, you see.
72% from the line. Pretty average for LeBron. 6 boards, 7 assists, 1.6 blocks, and 1.3 steals. Again, going 3-0. He is our NBA
Beast of the Week.
Hell yeah. Great job by them this week, man. Absolutely wild. I'll say that much. But we get over here lastly now to what we had for last week's question of the week. It was do we trade Jason Tatum? Or do we keep him there, Celtics fans? And from people that were out there, I got a real rowdy hell nah from basically everybody. It was like an 85 or more split, I think, by the end. It's probably still running, actually. I don't think we're into it. But, I mean, it's fair. I totally understand it. Throwing it out there just because this guy's only so hot so many times. Value gets real high for some of these guys that are potential superstars. So we'll see. I do think they're going to keep him as, we're just playing games. messing around with everything we do like that. But for me, our next one up here is going to be another little prediction thing. Feeling like this one's going to be a little more juicy and might require a little diving in some statistics or at least looking at some schedules here. So, folks, listen up, pull that wax out of your ears and get ready. Because the AFC North is in an absolute dogfight right now, and we want you fans to pick who is going to be the winner of this week, of the end of the season of the AFC North. Man, all four teams are in the mix, really. I mean, we can count the Steelers out if you want to because they should be. But with how consistent that team is to staying above 500 and with how the tale of the story is going with the season, we believe they could be in this. Yes, by the end of this Sunday for sure. Yeah. So, AFC North, let us know who's in first. If you want to, just throw them on the list, baby. We'll
pull down or something.
Yeah, for real, man. It's going to be a hell of a week ahead. This, like I said, 2 weeks ago was a parity week. This is another massive parity week. Games where at least 7 of them, maybe even 9 of them, can be 100% 50-50, flips either side. Not even a question.
Back and forth matchup this week.
Yeah, my biggest flip game this weekend to look out for, but could also be an absolute big barn burner, huge score. It's going to be in that 4 o'clock window there. The Bengals heading to Denver to take on the Broncos, man. Keep that in the bag. And any same game parlays, that Pats Colts game is going to be on fire too. I think maybe not high scoring, but it's going to be a fire game. A lot of high flying action, to say the least. Just stay away from the Browns.
I don't know. Take that solo dub.
Yeah,
Take that solo dub this week.
You got that, man.
We'll see.
I'm not gonna say it was gonna be a slide like easy Raiders, but
we'll see what happens.
Who knows? They still got both their backs there in Cleveland. Could be running with the horses this week, with the Patriots running against the Bills.
Yeah.
But for us on the show here today, we are out of things to talk about because we have ran through everything we have, and we are going to be on to an awesome next week here, man. So for everyone there on YouTube, Vimeo, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, whatever it is, thank you for listening, and we'll see you not next week because we're on Christmas break, but the week after. So have a great holiday, people, and also a goddamn Happy New Year. Don't change too much, but be a little bit different. Don't be a stranger, though. So keep listening, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.